We have speakers. Apparently they aren't working.
I would say let's not do that.
No, I mean these speakers are not working. Anybody?
Oh, nice catch. Either one, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That one has some.
That one had something on it. That one was a winner.
I know it was.
I'm like, is it gonna hit my head?
Where's Jesse? Sharon, where's Jesse?
In the hallway.
You need him?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna need my
We're good for Thursday, right?
Next Thursday?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, yeah, I'm not just looking.
Hold off until we get some more people.
No worries, I just wanted to make sure. I've already got the tickets. I got 3 for you, and then 4 for Kobe, and then 8. So.
Squish in their hacky sack. Did you get it? Is there a little swelling there?
Yeah. It's just puffy eyes.
Just puffy eye?
Want to catch these? I want to catch these. I was a receiver, not a quarterback.
It happens.
Oh, he's already got. He's already got. One back.
One per person.
One per person.
I finally got one.
Maybe I wasn't a receiver either.
I got all the hacky sacks left.
The hacky sacks are the winners, right? All the way back to the fan. Always be ready. Always be ready.
Yeah, it is.
We got heat on or something?
Debbie, turn the air down. Air.
Air.
Doesn't that logo look good?
Okay, should we get started?
Are we ready? Are we ready for some football? All All right, I have very little voice. So,
Need a
this is
whistler.
what we used to do in college. All right, thank you. I apologize, I don't have much of a voice, and if I start coughing, Jesse will take over, or Michelle will take over, because there isn't much left here, but I will try to project, and hopefully y'all can hear me. So, 2018, Happy New Year! Great, we're just waiting for a couple more people to sit down. 2018 has kicked off. I'm going to try to make this as football themed as possible, total dork, but whatever. 2018 has kicked off. We are currently at 1st and 10. You have the ball now, 1st and 10 on the 25. Think about how you're going to spend your year. What are we going for? We're going for touchdowns, right? Got to do the blocking and tackling. Got to do the things that we need to do to go forward. So here we go. Let's get started. Do you want me to move on? Or?
Do you want to read that or no?
Oh, well, I think we can all see what Vince Lombardi had to say, one of the true greats in football. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. And I think Chumbawamba said it too. So obviously our vision is to score big this year. And as I said, we need the touchdowns. We need to do the blocking and tackling. Our vision is this. And we bring this up to remind us all of what we're working towards. You can all read it. But this is what we're working towards, and we have made some progress. We're going to show you that today as well. That 2017 was a good year. To be the #1 market center and profit share in the Southwest region by 2020. We can do that. We can do that. We're not that far off. They're 22 in the region, and we are not that far off. How we do this, providing the ultimate agent experience. We're going to be introducing some new things into how we do sales meetings and how we do trainings, into how we do things around this organization to provide that ultimate agent experience. My door is open. Jesse's door is open. We're here to list Michelle's door. We want to hear what can we do to make things better. Always open to new experiences, new ways of doing things. Doesn't mean we'll implement them, but we'll take it under advisement. Increasing current agents in production in business. So we want to make everybody more productive, obviously. And we're doing that. Stephanie's going to talk about that today too. And getting into business with market share and icon agents. So this is my pitch to you. This is your opportunity. Let me know the people that you do business with that you would like to see come to Keller Williams, and I will make the effort to reach out to them. Okay. So Jesse, talk to us about Triple Down.
Triple down. Everybody. All right. So what was Triple Down? Can somebody share what Triple Down meant when we kicked off 4th quarter back and kick it off?
It meant more than double down.
More than double down. Right? What did we double down on? Was it the blackjack table or where were we at?
Lots and lots. So if you're prospecting 2 hours a day, prospect 4 hours a day.
Okay. And so, what's that?
I said your activities.
Your activities. No matter what your lead generation activities are, 4th quarter, you always want to double down. Why?
It gets slow.
Because it's the seasonality of our business, right? So in order to get the same results as you was getting during the peak season of our business, you had to double your efforts at minimum, right?
Right.
What are we experiencing in our market?
Low inventory.
Crazy low inventory. So when it's 4th quarter and we're trying to seasonalize or winterize our businesses, which means increase our activities, and low inventory combined, what do we got to do? Even 3 times as hard, triple down, right? Or quadruple, whatever. But we went with triple down. So who tripled down in their business during the 4th quarter? Mindy?
We did.
Okay. Can you share what that looked like?
Yeah, for sure. So the GBC was already doing a monthly call frenzy. We started that in the 4th quarter actually. So that was one of the things that we were doing. So and that's growing. Our team won the last call frenzy. So we're very happy about that. And then our team started weekly door knocking. So every week now that we're not doing the call frenzy Friday morning, we're going out as a team and we're door knocking. We also doubled the amount of team members that we have on our team. So we are bringing in more people who want to help more families in the area. So we're just kind of all in.
Awesome. So what specific results did you get out of? Obviously, doubling your team size is a huge win. Congratulations to all the new team members.
Thank you.
You made a great choice, by the way. And what specific results did you get from the activities?
Yeah, so a couple of things. We had going into the new year 10 closings in January. So our December was the lightest probably we had ever had in our business. And so we knew that we had to put in the work, and the work is paying off. So January and February are already really strong. We have been able to track our activities a lot better. So there were things we weren't doing to, how many calls are we making? How many people are we getting a hold of? And we've already seen turns on people that we know we would have lost if we hadn't kind of kept up with our activities.
So when did you start Triple Down?
Fourth quarter.
October?
Uh-huh.
All right, so and then you're going to have a great January
That's
closing wise. So
Yep.
90 days later. All right, so a little bit later when we look at the lower report, I'm going to show you what the Triple Down did for our listing inventory, and it did reflect the numbers and our numbers as a group, as a market center, upward. So that we'll look at that here in just a few minutes. So good job,
Great,
guys.
thank you.
I would recommend with our low inventory and coming in to spring, as we go down through spring, that you stay with your foot on your lead gen pedal, because low inventory is here to stay. There's nothing, unless Jim shared with us a little bit, going to change that I'm aware of. So this is our market. So let's go take advantage of it.
Okay, thanks. All right, so these things don't happen, as we all know, these things don't happen without the help of our sponsors, the people who put the scoreboard up, put the banners up. Anyway, just want to welcome and recognize Fidelity, Security, Title Alliance, Academy Mortgage, Getting Team, and Movement Mortgage, or what People Mortgage. So thank you all to our sponsors. Who continue to provide us with a tremendous amount of value, make things possible for us, make a lot of things possible for us. All right, so Tia, come on up. We're going to talk today on.
Yes, yeah.
Bring it, girl. We're going to just quickly. So during tech time, one of the things that I've introduced is the concept of talking about there are tools that can help you. There are systems. We already have a number of those available to us, but one of the things lately that we've been talking about is social media tools as well. I mean, Gary brought us Profit Dash, and there are trainings in Profit Dash on a regular basis as well. Tia and I, this last month, were kind of playing around with Snapchat. And I was curious how to even use it. How is it different from Instagram? So I'm going to give Tia just a couple minutes here or a minute here to talk quickly about how she uses Snapchat, what value it brings.
So let me preface this with I am not a guru or a professional at Snapchat at all. The conversation came up when I was talking to Fabi. We were like on a treadmill or stair climber or something. I was like, I'm gonna start using it. And so I started using it. And what's interesting about it is I have people on Facebook, I have people on Instagram, and then I have people on Snapchat. People that don't even interact with me on Facebook or Instagram are actually interacting with me on Snapchat. Like I post videos, I say whatever, and majority of it is not real estate related, but real estate comes back to me through it. So I've been playing around with it for about 45 days, and I've booked 2 appointments just off of my Snapchat.
Yeah, baby.
That's awesome.
So what I'm gathering from it is more so connection. They're like, okay, you're a person, you're human, you do other things other than post just sold, just listed or whatever. So there is kind of a behind the scenes I think people are getting. Plus I'm kind of funny, Right, Andrew? Aren't my pictures?
Funny, haha.
It's not funny. Like, for example, we were at the gym and I almost fell off of the treadmill. Like, it was funny. People laughed at that. And so, but because I've been using my Snapchat so much, I think I'm getting it's causing more visibility even on my Instagram page, because I've been getting leads from Instagram too.
That's right.
Really good ones. So I don't know, that's what I've been using it.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
job,
Tia.
Tia.
Appreciate it. Okay, so when I first started talking about, at the very beginning, I was saying that we're trying to introduce some things that make these more valuable. I respect your time, the fact that you give me an hour every month to come in here. I respect that and I value it. And I want to provide you with value as well. And so one of the things that we're going to start introducing are things like Agent Spotlight. People that are doing, it doesn't have to be necessarily an agent, but this time in particular it is, but we might bring in somebody else that can teach you something about maybe working through your P&L, or something that can help you in your business. I'm looking for other ways to offer you value. So this time, I've asked Gary if he would come forward and just answer a few questions. We're just going to do kind of a quick Q&A and talk about his business and what, well, we'll take it from there. I got a few questions. Have a seat up here.
Okay, we scheduled this like 6 months ago too. So.
Yeah, last night at 6.
What kind of socks do I wear? Short ones.
Really? Yeah, really short socks. All right. So
Or none.
Or not.
Sometimes none.
or shorts.
There's other questions.
All right. How did you get started in real estate?
Well, I spent, graduated college, turned on a phone, got in the car business, started wholesaling cars. Did that for about 7 years and said, you know what, I'm tired of being tied to this car lot 6 days a week. Thank goodness the guy I worked for was LDS and didn't leave on Sundays, or I would have been there on Sundays. And not that we can't talk religion, but that's what it was. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna start dabbling in this. And after going to school, I realized, you know what, it ain't gonna work if I dabble. I gotta go full time. So I pulled my investors out of the car business, went and started hitting the courthouse steps, and that's where it began. And I said, this is too small. I know a lot of people, and started growing it from there. But I will tell you this, that it didn't grow. For 10 years, I did the same thing like this over and over and over until I got here and started to grow as a business person. And I'm a slow adapter, as Steve says. I say I'm a slow learner because I rode the short bus to school. But that's because we only had a short bus in our town. But anyways.
And where are you today? What's
I'm in Gilbert.
Yeah. How is the business doing today? Obviously, it's doing very well because
You know
it's on
what?
our LC.
It is.
Doing very
It's
well.
doing a lot better. So where I would probably, on my 10-year track record, do anywhere from 10 to 15 properties, and toward that 2010 range, I think we did quite a few because there's a lot of small ones. Now, I was consistently doing between 40 and 50, and once I started to leverage out Brandon and let him take things over because he moves quite faster than I do and has some bigger goals than I do. We had a goal set of 100. We hit 88 or 86, 90. We yeah, so our new goal is 150.
How did you know when it was time to start leveraging?
Well, I made the mistake in the beginning when he said, hey, I want to come work for you. He scared the crud out of me.
Oh, yeah?
Talent. It was talent. I looked at it from the wrong approach.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a timing thing for me. It was more of a timing thing for him.
Okay.
So again, there's different drivers here. I'm surrounded by talent that wasn't necessarily, I didn't go after and get. It came to me. And so I'd say there I'm very, very fortunate.
What's the best thing about your business today? I mean, you've got this great team that's operating, and I know you took off for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to go do things like that. What is that part of what's the great thing? What's the best part?
Well, yeah, you can't do it without leverage. I've done it before where I've done that kind of stuff, but I was always connected. Unfortunately, I don't read my emails, so you guys don't have a texting system.
I do.
Yeah, but no, it affords me to do things. Do I still have stress in my life? Absolutely, it won't go away. I've had the conversation with Kenny Klaus before, and he's like, sure, I make a lot more money. He goes, I probably could do it on my own, but I would never have any time. So leverage is awesome, but I think sometimes the business is beyond my mental capacity. And I'm just being.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I like to downplay myself.
I appreciate it. What have been your greatest challenges?
Reading his email.
I'm a high S than I, so if you understand that, everything has to be, I worry about how things are, not really that they're structured. Yeah, but I have these great ideas and I never follow through. So it's nice to put a great idea out there and have someone run with it. When you're under pressure, you do things that are unnatural to you. When you're not under pressure, you kind of fall back and relax. What was the question again?
What the greatest challenges?
Greatest
Yeah.
challenge?
About that.
Realistically, is sitting down and focusing more on the business aspect of it. I've told this to Jesse and Steve, I'm not a numbers guy. You throw numbers in front of me, and it's like reading French or Chinese. It doesn't make sense. Bring a crayon out and draw me a picture, and I'm literally, I'll buy into it. So the numbers part of it is the biggest challenge for me. It's something I've never followed in my life. And reading it, I've made that a goal that I've got to learn these numbers.
For you. So what do you think has been your greatest success thus far?
You know what? There's so many ways to say that. I mean,
Answer it in a
So-
way that makes no sense to you.
so you're talking business. I don't.
No,
look
not
at that.
necessarily. What's the
Okay.
greatest success?
So, you know, that's, so on my goal sheets every year, I have what I want to do. And I've always put my hobby in front of my business. But you've got to realize the hobby has driven my business.
Yep.
And so a couple of years ago, I said I want to win a state championship in youth football. And we did that in 2015 in Pop Warner. And this year, I put in there, I want to win a state championship in high school football and do it again in youth football. And, you know, some people say that's aiming high. We had the team, I thought, to do it with the kids. We ended up going to nationals and competing for the national championship. And we are now officially the first place losers in America. So
That's amazing.
That's
That's
why we
amazing.
brought the trophy Brandon has, because that's a first place trophy in the Friday Frenzies.
What high school are you related with?
Desert Ridge High School.
Desert Ridge.
Yeah, so this year we went, we had our worst playoff season ever. We were out in the first round, which that hasn't happened since I've been there in 2009. But that's not just me, that's the school and the staff itself.
You set a goal and your passion drove it, right?
Oh, yeah, it's so, and there's some other things I, put a goal out there to do.
Sure.
I mean, what you put your mind to will work, right? So I'm an open book. I had a meeting in this office yesterday with my good longtime friend of 10 years, John Evans with the IRS. And he's telling me, hey, you need to get this taken care of, and I take care of this stuff. Well, you can't buy a house when they have stuff on it. Well, you can if you find out a way to do it. So I made a goal that I want to buy a place down in a certain place in Gilbert, buy our new business center, made it happen this year.
Fantastic.
So there's ways to do that. I made it happen. And of course, we're just sitting with our agreement that, hey, we got to make bigger payments and all this. So that's all fun. So I would just say that whatever you think might be a challenge to you, set your mind to it and do it. But again, I think a little bit different. I've been in some pretty dark places through the downturn, and I never wanted to get out of this business. And it was thanks to Steve Chater and people like Jesse and talking to me and saying, hey, it can't be, it doesn't have to be like that. So.
Well, actually, I'm going to take that moment just to say that we were talking about some numbers this morning as well, and that for those people who actually set goals, setting the goal gives you something to work towards, and I know that there are a number of people who haven't done their goals, and I encourage you to do that, because it then is something to work towards. You may not hit it, and you may have to adapt, but actually having it, you had that vision, you knew what you wanted, and then you can use your passion to drive it, to get there. All right, what tools do you find most helpful?
A phone.
A phone.
Well, no, there's a lot of great
What?
things out
A
there.
what? Right. Oh, you mean a smart device?
Yeah, exactly. So we always talk, Christine Rios was up here the last month, and she just said, this is what I do. This is my lead gen tool, this is my database. That's what has always been the connection to me, going out and talking with people, stopping in, doing stuff. You gotta be present. But now out there with the tools, when I came over to KWIF Realty, just dumping all the contacts out of my phone into eEdge, and putting everybody on the same automatic drip, so about 600 realtors started getting stuff from me, regarding, when's a good time to buy and everything. And the funny thing about it was, it wasn't necessarily a great time to buy when that stuff was going out. The message was from a national level, but it made the phone ring.
Yeah.
So it's funny. put out misinformation, bad information, go on Twitter and misspell something, it's okay. That's why I don't worry about spelling. Because people make comments.
They will correct you.
Right, right.
It's an
I
opportunity.
mean, look at Harvey Weinstein, get slapped in the face.
Yeah.
I never had that unless he made a mistake. Or was-
We'll
So,
move on from that one.
I would tell you this, whatever technology is, just like Tia is out there trying something new, she didn't know how to work, use it, don't try and perfect it.
Yeah.
So I would be that person that normally would say, I have an idea, go in there and it would never be perfect. Screw it, misspell it, print it off, put it out, prove it through Jim, and then put it out there. Because you can
Good
go,
call. Good call.
because you can literally go pay people $10,000 to create marketing material for you, but if you don't put it out there, it's not gonna happen.
That's right.
If you don't have that money, just go do something, or go stand on the corner in a clown outfit.
Okay, I got two questions, probably only have time for one,
Sure.
which is, what one piece of advice would you give to new agents?
She had a Vince Lombardi quote up there. Do you remember what it was? I already forgot. I was trying to remember.
I can't remember.
Get
His
back
name.
up, get back up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chumbawamba.
Okay, so if you're a new agent and you see everybody in the room, I'm up here, so I might be viewed as talent. I'm not a talented individual, I work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work. So I'll say that again. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work. And I'll prove that over and over on the football field, and with the team members, most of my team and family, so they come from listening and talking about this stuff and believing in the same thing. But don't take this the wrong way when I say this. I took a bunch of suburban white kids from Gilbert, Arizona, that live within 6 miles of each other, and went and played 3 teams on a national stage that were from multiple
Florida
states,
school,
from
yeah.
Florida. And that doesn't mean anything when I put in a bunch of white kids. When you get into the sports world, it's really thrown out there. They look at it and they're like, holy cow, because we went out there and people are like, there's no way this team, undersized, can do this. And we work hard. It takes a lot to be on our
Keep
team.
at it.
And when I look at that, I'm not necessarily recruiting talent when I look at a football player. I'm recruiting a parent that will support their kid in the team. So when you're looking at your building your team out there, the most talented individual out there may not be a team player, but if you can cultivate someone into being a great asset to your team that's willing to work hard, that's how you're going to build a big, successful team. And if you are that person out there that is going up against talent, just realize this, the school of hard knocks is where you're going to learn everything, because that bites back hard and stings, and you'll remember every bit of it. And then one thing that Steve Chater always says is, reoccurring education is just entertainment unless you apply it. So don't go to a class just to burn some time. Look at your calendar, make sure what you're looking at fits into what your vision of who you are is, and go apply what you learn.
Awesome. This is great. I thank you so much.
Tomorrow, 12:30.
Lunch and learn.
Lunch and Learn, sponsored by Brian Getty with the Getty team, People's Mortgage. So there will be lunch there. We're going to go over Profit Dash. Now, I've been using Profit Dash for the last year. I mentioned my long-term friend John Evans with the IRS. I actually did my financials for him off of my phone and emailed it over to him off of Profit Dash. That was my best mileage calculator. All my finances and everything off of green sheets and everything poured in there. Now, it's not the most accurate tool, but that's what I sent him. So I'm just using that as an example. I would say that you might have to sharpen it up, but we're going to teach you how to connect to your bank account and actually use the tool. And then that's the free version. I went ahead and paid the $199 one-time fee, or $19.99 a month for the pro version, which will actually start. You can name your listings or your clients into a file. You can start tagging them to expenses and mileage. And
that's awesome.
if you go that deep into it, which I highly suggest, and that's one of my goals, to get better at business and the numbers. But if you are strict enough and go deep enough into it, it'll tell you how much you're worth an hour. And I will tell you this, in 2010, I was worth $25 an hour. In 2017, it's calculating out to about $250 an hour.
All right.
Real quick, everybody who has a football, look at your football. If you have a red X on your football, on the tag, sorry, you can come pick a lottery ticket out of here after the sales meeting.
After the sales meeting.
Sharon,
Yeah. Where's my Sharpie?
All right, I was very pleased to get the Culture Award last month from Kevin Berry and Kendra Harris at the Berry Home Group. Kendra just had her first baby, so she's not with us today. And after I got the award, you know, one of the first things you think about is, oh my gosh, who am I going to give this to next month? And there was a person that immediately came to my mind. And I kind of put that aside, and I, you know, did the whole thing, and there's a lot of deserving people, and this person just kept coming back and back again. We opened the Gilbert Business Center almost a year ago, and we have continued to grow and grow and grow. And there's one person, there's a lot of people at Gilbert Business Center that are absolutely awesome, but there's one person that is kind of, in my mind, the glue that has kind of pulled everything together and really helped to develop the culture there. This person has a smile on their face all the time. They're always laughing. Their laugh is contagious, and you can't help when you're around them to not have a smile on your face and laugh as well. This person has helped to grow the culture in the Gilbert Business Center, getting people involved in community events such as the Back to School Drive and the Adopt a Family, knowing what's going on with people, celebrating their wins, knowing when maybe they have something that's not too good going on in their life, or if they're sick, and letting people know about that and rallying people around them. Like I said, it's just like I feel that this person is the glue that is really helping to develop the culture at the Gilbert Business Center. And I'd love to present this award to Linda Newhouse, our director. You can display that for us.
Thank you, I love my job.
I
love everybody there, and I just love the job. Thank you.
Before we get started, I have something to say about you. We got a note from Scott Koeman at the Klaus team, a very nice note about you. I wanted to just read to you. I appreciate Jim for all that he does. He helped me through some tough times last week. I don't know if you realized how tough that was for me, that interview, and helped me. And other people feel the same way. They really value you, and if you don't use him, you should be using him. But let me just read this to you. This came from, as I said, Scott Koeman at the Klaus team. I just wanted to throw out a thanks. It's been clear to me for quite some time that we are in business with a very wise, fair, and gifted broker. I appreciate you, what you do, and how you do it. You're incredibly accessible and tell it like it is, which I appreciate. While the answers you give aren't always the ones I want to hear, they're correct and right because you are a man of integrity. You have invested a great deal of time with us over the past few years, and it is a blessing to have you as part of our team. So this is the time when we're going to be having, I don't know that we'll do this every month, but I wanted to be able to give Jim an opportunity to address some current issues or some things that are going on right now.
Yeah.
You can see there's not much because I don't have, just one sheet of paper here.
We're all behaving really well.
I normally have to rely on notes, but especially now since we're in the cold flu and whatever this thing is going around season. I think everybody in the room has been hit by something at this point in time, and I'm just coming back. So I think this is the first time I've seen some of you in here, so welcome to 2018. Happy New Year. Now that we're through all of these diseases, we need to talk about, well, it's good to get it out of the way, right? We checked that one off the list, we got that accomplished for the year. We got to talk about some things that are kind of recurring all the time, and I hate to say it, but board dues. I'll smile if that's okay. Board dues, has everybody paid them?
Yes.
If not, the fines start coming out and all that nastiness, so we won't talk about that. What I would rather talk about at this point in time is where we're at this point in time. January 11th, 2018. I've got to say, from my side of the business, being a non-competing broker, I'm jealous of where you guys are sitting at today. Why am I jealous of where you're sitting at? This is the best market we are going to see in the next 20 years. So hang on, sharpen your skills. Gary was talking about hit the nail on the head. Why do we go to these classes? Sharpening our skills a little at a time, getting better and better at having the conversations that lead people to believe that they want to do business with us. This is going to be a wild, frenzied year. So if you wanted to see a really good real estate market, hang on, it's here, okay? Jesse brought up something, the one thing that we're missing is what?
Listings.
Inventory, right? So I brought up, no later than at the Gilbert Business Center last week. I think Mindy was there at the time. And we talked about something entering our market that would give us some additional inventory. Do you remember what that is?
Something entering the market?
Absolutely.
That's not the investors and not the builders.
Okay, well, could be investors, right?
Canadians?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
Canadians?
Well, Canadians are always in our market. We can't get rid of them. You know, we got shotguns and stuff, but they keep getting down. We do have a lot of investors that are still buying, but what we are having right now, the magic hold numbers in investing is, if you're going to look at who works with investors, okay? How long do they typically hold to it?
How long does an investor hold?
Yes, if they're going in to buy an asset, they have a magic number in mind. This is how long I'm going to buy it and hold it, and what's that magic number?
From a commercial perspective, we're between 5 and 10 years.
There you go. Okay, so if I said 7 or 10, would that ring a bell with anybody? Okay, where are we at? When was our market really sucking it up? Like Gary said. Okay, that was magic was 10 years ago. I started telling our agents 2 weeks ago that we're going to see investors who have that magic hold number in mind. They're going to start bringing their assets on the market. Talked with our first agent yesterday. They're getting 9 listings in one day. They're selling 9 listings maybe in one day. Is that a great thing to have in your pocket right now?
Yes.
Thanks to some of our wonderful vendors that might be standing in the back of the room right now, Don.
Answer.
And one thing that you mentioned was they're not just selling and walking away, they're selling the first and putting it into 2 or 3 more properties.
They're buying other investments, okay, so they may not be buying residential assets again. Some of them are not comfortable with it. They bought it because it was just too good of a deal to walk away from, okay? So they're going to sell that. They're possibly going to 1031 exchange that. And the cool thing about that is they will buy 2 or 3 other assets and they'll kick a little extra coin into the deal, okay? So look for our commercial market to start to lift off the ground as well. If you ever watch drag races, when they really wrap those rails up tight, the front end pops up a little bit. That's where the commercial real estate market is going this year as well. So if you're not a commercial agent, get well versed in the conversation and refer it to our agents inside the office for some whopping big referral fees, okay? Make use of that education. 9 listings, 9 sales, maybe in a single afternoon. Just because he called and had a conversation with me, I helped to hook him up with people who already might have investors waiting to buy that asset, and maybe we got 9 of them off the list in one day. What would that be? Potentially a $60,000 day. That's a pretty good afternoon, I think. I think we get the rest of the week off at that point. So that's what
Steve's teaching a class today.
Steve.
At 3 o'clock here.
There you
about
go.
working with investors. It'll be very good. So if you make it, be it.
Yeah, you have to have a ticket to get in.
It's limited seating, you only want it 24.
Well, if there's seats
But
left.
he's gonna run it, he says he might run it every month, so.
Is it booked?
And also we have the buyers, right, that are coming able to now buy.
Yes, we have a ton of buyers that are, the pent-up demand is just incredible. I don't know if you've been watching the commercial market. I know there's lots of stats and numbers don't thrill us all the time. Like Gary, sometimes it's better if you draw it out with a crayon and write the numbers so that you can get their attention to the right spot. I understand that. The numbers are phenomenally high for people who are living in apartment complexes. Have you ever seen an apartment complex put out no vacancy before? I have. We're starting to see them around the valley. They have no more room at the end. That means the rental market is going to go strong, but there's a lot of those people that love to buy. Start talking with the builders. Go directly to the builders and start having conversations and say, I've got buyers that are looking for X, Y, and Z type houses between this price range and that price range. If you have something fall out, please think of me first. Hand them your card and a donut or whatever it is that takes to get their attention at that moment. Staple a dollar bill to it, hand it to them. Now they know you're serious about doing some business with them, okay? You're gonna build some really, I said intimate relationships with these salespeople. I don't mean it that far, but you know, just the second they find that one of them is going to fall out, be the first person there to take over that sale, okay? Yes, sir.
Just to add to that, Jim, just going in and visit, like if you're in a certain territory, that your geography that you're working, some of these new home subdivisions, oftentimes buyers are going in, finding the house that they want without having their house on the market. By establishing a relationship with these sales individuals in there, these people are going to be desperate to sell the house once they fall in love with the house that they're buying. So it's a good opportunity to get a direct lead source for potential listings.
It is.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we missed, we're gonna go back to a slide that we kind of missed earlier. We'll come back to you in just a second, but that will be a great lead into you. We want to introduce our rookies. And perhaps not rookies in real estate, but they're new to teams, they're new here. So if you are new to Keller Williams, would you stand up, please? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Please just say your name and tell me one quick thing about yourself. We'll start with you.
My name's Anna, and I'm an Arizona native from Gilbert, Queen Creek area.
Thank you.
Susan Antaki moved here about 5 months ago from Colorado, and Gus was my agent.
I'm Kimberly Felix. I'm also a native and been doing real estate about 3 years.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome.
Toria Graves from Portland, Oregon, part of the best Team Amy Jones group. So.
Yay! Thank you.
My name's Camille. I'm doing marketing and social media for Amy Jones Group, and I lived in Japan as a kid.
Cool. Wow. Thanks.
That's a good
We have one in the back.
And I was born and raised in Connecticut, but I've been out here about 35 years now. And I'm new to real estate, just started towards the end of last year. So.
All right. Thanks. Thank you. And now now we bring to you Stephanie to talk about productivity. Right. And if you haven't met Stephanie, she's the productivity coach, and she's amazing. Oh no, I dropped something. Fly, Eagles, fly. Okay. I'm not an Eagles fan. My husband is. I'm just a fan of my husband. So there we go. And my kids are all brainwashed too. So that's what it's like in my house. Okay, a couple things. Number one, I've got 4 things I want to talk about, but just a couple things that we just heard. You know the thing WWJD? What does that stand for? What would Jesus do? But it also stands for what would Jim do? So you need to call. You need to call your broker when you need some help. Call Jim. And my kids say, "What would WWMD?" is what would Mom do? So, but anyway, definitely, I want to say, Jim, you do help us a lot, and I appreciate you very much. Also, Gary, thank you the other day. Where are you? You came through we had a session going, coaching session. You came through and you stopped for like 10 minutes and just started talking and sharing your information and your experience and giving some really good advice. And that was like a great coaching session.
Oh, I thought I was interrupting something.
No, it was awesome. So thank you, because I was taking notes, and I think it was something I could apply to my my business. But it was great for the new agents also that we're coaching. So thank you. Danette, thank you for doing script practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hear nothing but great. Today they said we were talking about open houses and scripts for open houses, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. So the first thing I'm going to lead to here is Ignite. And, we have some incredible talent at this office. We have the best of the best teaching. Whether you're an experienced agent or a new agent, there's always something good to learn at one of these classes. We have a schedule downstairs, or if you want a schedule, we can get you one and let you know who's teaching. But that's one of the things I think that we don't realize, or maybe other agents and other companies don't realize what we have to provide, what tools we have. Whether you're on a team, we welcome your new team agents to come and go through the whole entire process, or whatever you prefer that they go to. We definitely want to make sure that those classrooms are filled up. And these instructors are coming and they're doing a fantastic job. And I hear nothing but great things. Becky, are you here today? Becky did the first class, was it Monday? Mm-hmm. And just fabulous. Steve did yesterday, and we'll teach again tomorrow. So please take advantage of that, whether you're a seasoned agent or a new agent. Or an agent that's out there not really doing much business right now. Definitely something to look into. It's a very valuable tool we have here. Okay. Next is CGI, which is our Career Growth Initiative. And I guess I'll have to be a teacher right now. These are the scores here. It's not looking good, guys. We're going to have to take this test over again. I'm going to give you another chance to get 100%. Okay? We want everybody. The CGI is the Career Growth Initiative. It's divided up into 4 conversations. And the conversation or the script or the sales speak you might use with someone is, if you knew that you listed your home today and you could get what you wanted today, would you list your home? Right? And someone might go, well, yeah. Okay, well, I'm asking you, if you knew that you went on to CGI today and put in all of your scores or all of your goals and knew that by doing that, you could actually increase your business, would you do it? Sure. Okay, then I want everybody doing it today. Everybody, I'm serious. We want to get 100%, and here's the score right now. Out of 200, this isn't the total agent count. For some reason, it has our agent count as 212. But out of 212, we only have 20 agents that have gone on. That's not good. And there's no reason why we can't have 100%. So I'm going to ask everyone to commit to doing that today.
Are we having a contest or something?
Yes. So in order to now, I almost had them. They were all like just going to run out here and do it. But we have a contest. Whoever does it in the next, we did it by the end of the month, right?
By the end of the month.
By the end of the month, we're going to look and see who's done it. We're going to put names in a hat. We're going to draw, and then we're going to give out a $100 Visa gift card. $100 Visa gift card. So please do that. I'm asking you to do that for yourself and for our company.
You're going to post the code CGI code daily on Facebook?
Yes, I do. I posted it today, so if you go on Facebook, it is on there today. And if you want to, I will sit down with you. It's only 10 minutes, really, max. I will be happy to sit down with you if you give me a heads up. I'm usually here all day long. So, especially the afternoons, I've got a little bit more free time.
Do a Facebook Live video. How to do it.
How to do it? That'd be good. Okay.
But the code is only good 24 hours. So you'll if you don't use it today, there'll be a new one tomorrow.
Okay, another minute or two.
Okay, do you need the code to get credit? Because I just went in and did it, and I never
Because you
entered in a code.
you probably didn't need the code because you did it in 2017.
Yes, I did.
Okay, and then script practice, we talked about that. It's Monday through Friday here from 8:30 to 9, sometimes goes over a little bit. It's gonna be in conjunction with a power hour and also with, if you need some time, we're here for you. So that time, 8:30 to 9, 9:30 is open to everybody. And last but not least, we have open house certification. What I'm doing with all the agents in the group that I coach, Cappers in Training, is certifying them to do open houses so that when you call them, or when they call you, let's say you're a team or a team leader and you call them, you don't know who they are, but if they say to you, I've been certified through the Cappers in Training program, you know that I have approved them to be able to do open houses for you. They're going to be professional, they're going to represent you in the best light, and they're going to do a good job for you, most importantly. So that is something that teams and or individual agents, you're going to get calls from these agents. That's my goal, is to get more people out there doing open houses, 2 to 3 at least a week per agent that I'm coaching. But I want you to feel comfortable and confident that they can take care of you and take care of your sellers and represent you in the best way possible. So that's it. Any questions? Nope.
Thank you. Jesse.
All right, so December numbers are in and 2017 are in, and we had a record-breaking year. Profit share with our agents, $223,468. Is that awesome or what? Over 109,000, 110,016. So we set sail. We are achieving the vision of number one in our region. By 2020, I don't have the number up there. It's by 2020, and so we went from number year over year. We went from what? We ended 2016 at number 16 in the region, and in 2017 we ended at number 5. Or excuse me, yes, number 5.
Year to date.
My bad.
Month?
Let me redo this.
11.
In December year over year, we were number 11 in the region over number 16, and in 2017 for the year we ended up at number 9. Number 5, not number 9 is 16. That's what I meant.
We got the slide. We
Can
understand.
repeat that for me? We ended up at number 5. We only got 4 more slots to take, and we're gonna be number 1. By 2020, no later than. So great job, everybody. I hope you're participating in Profit Share. That is the gift of Keller Williams, one of them. So make sure you're having conversations with people you want to be in business with, right? Who you want to be in business with. Because if you want to be in business with them, so do we. Okay? And so obviously want to share what our goal for 2018 is, and we want to double and profit share 500,000 with our agents, and agent count of 300. We ended up at 245. 245 in 2017. So we had a net agent growth of about 46 agents, or 20-something%, right? Good job. Good job. This is kind of a loop around here. The studies that are done by Keller Williams are tracking the people that attend the classes that we offer as a market center and as a region and as international.
Actually, this is just ours.
Just the market center?
Mhm.
87%, if you're attending the classes here, the agents that attend the classes here earn 88% more money in GCI. 88% more in GCI.
So we must earn 88% more.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it interesting that the agents that attend, you always see them there, and they are the most productive? And then the ones that are not as productive never have time to attend. I always sit and like, Try and figure that out. You gotta make the time. Make the time to get more efficient, more effective at what you do. And the language of real estate, this is what I was talking about, triple down, right? Who remembers what we talked about how did we compare to listings taken volume last month? Who remembers that? Who was here when we talked about that?
Poorly.
Huh? Poorly, right. I'm happy to share with you, triple down is showing up. If you look at our listings taken volume, the
Compared to your board.
compared to our board, the board suffered a 24% loss, negative 24%, and we were at a 6% growth. So we outperformed the board. But they suffered a way better. Way better.
That's what I was thinking when I looked at it. I'm like,
And I really like numbers and being accurate, Gary.
Thanks for putting color up there.
The two areas that we need improvement on are closed units. And is closed units a leading indicator or trailing indicator of our business? Trailing, right? So that would be true. We were down in listings taken units in volume last month. Therefore, our units closed in volume are down this month. So if listings taken are our leading indicators, what should be happening for us in the next 30 and 60 days as we continue on? Closed units will go up, right? So don't let off of your listing taken volume, your listing taken lead generation activities. If you get the listing, you get the what? You get the closing, and what else? What do you got to do to get a buyer?
Put your sign up, pick a buyer.
You got to get a listing, or go send an open house. You got to have a listing. You got to have inventory. Is that it?
Yeah.
So congratulations on the efforts on getting your listing.
I'm not sure. So we have excuse me, just a couple things left. I want to say thank you to the sponsors for today's event, specifically Security Academy and Fidelity, and they are in the back. Turn around and welcome and thank you. They have a drawing. They have a drawing too? Yes. Why don't you? Okay. Yeah, come on up so we can see it.
Does anyone have their card out that didn't put it in that wants to? Anyone?
I want it, but they won't.
I think I should have it.
Not Cardinals fans, even though it's a Cardinals basket.
Yeah, right?
And then
There's a growler in there.
there is. It was supposed to be filled with beer, but we didn't think it would be warm. But we did want to announce, as of this week, Jeremy and I have partnered up as Security Title together across the valley.
Really excited about that. So we haven't met and spent some time together. We're happy to.
All right, Andrew. Pick a lucky winner. I'll let you.
Don't be upset. I mean, it's probably the DePong duo, I'm sure.
No, not us.
Oh, Cindy Black.
Oh, 50-50.
Yeah, these cookies, these
50-50.
adorable cookies.
50-50 drawing before we do
Yeah,
before.
I got a report I wanted to share with you too, guys, while we have your attention and winning some money. You've probably heard some rumors that we may be moving the market center, and I just wanted to share with you that is accurate. We do not have a location picked out, and we're doing all the investigative work to see what will be the best location for us, and to also get the blessings from the region and international. So if you do hear that, it is accurate. We're going to position ourselves to go be number one and deliver on the vision, and part of that is going to be a location that is desirable to the mass of agents. So we'll keep you posted as we continue to move down through the process, but we're at the very beginnings of it, and we're working on it. So is there any questions on that?
Where's the vision see us?
Where does the vision see us? What a trick question. We want to be central, so we have a territory. This is a loaded question. I see us in Class A office space, and with access to freeway, and easily accessible to all the agents that live within our region to access the office if they are somebody that offices at that office. If it starts to become a commute, we're going to address all the situations depending on where agents live, and if there's commutes, there will be tools in place for checks and all that will all be discovered and implemented as we go through the process, and we'll be in conversation with you guys as it relates to that. So,
Did you mention that we're all gonna be under one roof?
and we will all be, we're all under one roof. So we're gonna be taking the Gilbert Business Center, and we're going to take the Market Center, we're gonna roll it all into one roof, and we'll have one big butt Market Center that will have a ton of synergy, education, and production going on.
Is there an
So are you
anticipated
gonna
time?
continue to do the renovation at the Gilbert?
We did pause the expansion.
I'd like a room with a view, please.
A room with a view, you want ocean? What we discovered real quick is if we do the expansion through the Gilbert Business Center, we're gonna be out of space immediately, again, and then we have nowhere to go. Combined with the need and wants of our agents to get a better location at the Power Road office. So,
Because we're building an empire.
building an empire, yeah.
So you think off the 202 then, right? Or are you thinking 60 or 202 when you say through access?
Yep.
You want to say anything?
Yes. Let's see, not the 303. No. We're already off the 60, okay.
About this stuff.
The 202.
202, thank you.
Has to stay there.
All right.
50-50 raffle?
Oh, I didn't even know about this.
Oops.
584 605. And don't forget, those of you who have the red X on your football, to come pick one of these out of here. And you can just, at the end of the meeting, which is going to be in just a moment. Here. Now we do this. Lead calls. Actually, will you help me with lead calls? So it's we take your names, I'm sorry.
We picked two names, so first name is the first 2 weeks starting today, and then the second name will be the last 2 weeks till the next sales meeting. Any calls that come in on the weekends or after hours will go to you. I do occasionally, actually more than occasionally, get emails, people inquiring about properties. Those will be forwarded to you as well. So Sam, you
Yes.
were it last month.
Yes.
How was it for you?
Great. We got a lot of really good nurturers for the beginning of the year. So.
And who was the first half?
Amy Campbell.
Amy? Okay. I'm getting more and more of those, just so you know, so,
And this is a great time. A lot of people are calling in right now.
Yeah. So the
February.
emails that I get, I do check my email over the weekend, so if anything comes in, you get it right away. It doesn't sit somewhere for the weekend. So
Yeah.
it's live.
I'm gonna put super glue on my card next time.
Yeah!
I saw my picture. I don't even need super glue.
So that would be the Pong duo.
That's only our second time since I've been here.
Yeah. And
Gary
Gary Jr.
Wow, this is pretty amazing. It's like 12:30.
Wow.
This is awesome.
My ear is still ringing.
Just
Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget this. Yeah. Just a reminder.
Am I gonna get to talk about the spring fling?
Blocking and tackling.
One more thing, real quick.
In the middle of my final speech.
Sorry, but I forgot that. Because Mary isn't here.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to take a moment to let you guys know that you're in a wonderful market center. 208 is well respected in the regional culture. Whenever we hear their name, we know that they're doing their best for everybody. I mean, for the people that are in the market center, they help out with the region all the time. I'm here to ask, as a regional representative, I'm looking for a volunteer to come help. We meet once a month. And we are planning this next spring fling. It's going to be March 24th. It's a free event for all of you. For if you have family, if you have single, you can bring your significant others. All the vendors are going to be welcome to come. It's free to you because we have support from all the different market centers. You're going to have free beer. Okay. You can have hamburgers, hot dogs, and
It's not that beer.
you have to get beer. We got face painting. We got a bouncy house for the kids. We've got balloon making. We've got relay races. We're gonna have a blast. So it's March 24th. Please look at for the Eventbrite, and I'm hoping to see you all there.
So
By the way,
the bouncy house for the adults after they've been drinking beer?
Danette is on the Regional Culture Committee, so we're privileged to have her on that committee. The committee does a great job. She does a great job. So they're doing these things to provide fun for you guys.
If I can just say one other thing, this market center is terrific. Most of the market centers don't do anything for culture. And that's why the region gets involved, because we keep trying to stimulate interest in culture. That's what makes this company great. That's what makes this office great. So we don't do it really for you, we do it for all those stinking market centers that are just not doing it.
All right, just to bring this to a close, basically all I wanted just to remind you that you're first and 10, on the 25. You're starting your new year. Go for touchdowns. Do the blocking and tackling. You know what the blocking and tackling is. Anybody who is in football or is a fan of football. What's that?
I said the red zone.
Yeah. Get to the red zone. Yeah, blocking and tackling is the lead gen. It's the things that you know you need to do. You need to do them well. You need to do them consistently, and that's what wins championships. So, huddle up. Let's do it. Let's make it a great
Don't
year.
forget, if you have a red X on the tag of your football.
And I'll be downstairs if you want to.
No red X for you? Darn it.
X.